Hey everybody, what is up, and welcome back to another anime review with the MKninja. So typically, I generally do anime reviews in the form of my anime first look, where I give a first impression of a series based on the first third, and very often my opinion doesn't change much as I continue the series, so it's overall a pretty solid kind of review. I will do a full review on shows that my opinion really changes, like I did with Dragon the Resonance. Well, one day while searching for a certain anime, I just saw this title, Murder Princess, and was immediately like, huh, that seems interesting. Upon seeing it was a 6 episode OVA, I was like, I can't do a first look on that. Might as well just review the whole thing. But I can make it funny. Yes, depending on if you think this is funny or not. I hope so. So here we are. Let's get this bitch started with episode 1. On one side, we have Phallus, a badass bounty hunter voiced by Monica Rial, who works with two sidekicks named Pete Armstrong and Dominikov. On the other side is the princess Alita Forland, voiced by Colleen Clinkenbeard. Her life was probably nice, but a coup in her kingdom leads to her father being gravely injured. He tells her to run away and see her brother, then he bites it. She runs away through a secret passage because there's always a secret passage. It's like a rule of building castles. You must have a secret passage. It's a rule. We get to see the attackers in this coup, and there's a little girl. Such adorable evil.
Falcon Punch!
Anyway, Princess Alita runs away from a monster after he gets a soldier snack and meets Phallus, though not in the best way. The two of them end up falling off the cliff, and then they switch bodies. I honestly have no idea why, but oh well. They're saved by Phallus's companions, and when she wakes up, she's obviously pissed to be in a new body, but then the beast shows up. After killing the monster in classic wait a few seconds then fall apart fashion, an awakened Alita in Phallus's body asks for her to save her kingdom, offering herself as collateral. Well, first they explain the body swapping thing for a moment, so there's that. Phallus agrees, and the gang busts the party and goes on a monster killing spree with some awesome metal music playing in the background, which definitely pleases my ears and eyes. Fuck yes. Phallus forcefully takes her place on the throne, but judging by the villains that were shown earlier, there is definitely more at play. Phallus earns the name Murder Princess, living up to the anime's title. And that was episode 1. Why did I just give an in-depth recap on episode 1? Well, I wanted to. Shut the fuck up, it's my review. I do what I want. I do what I want. The basic plot is that Phallus has to become the new queen and protect the kingdom from whatever threat may come. The idea of a badass and a weakling body swapping has probably been done before, but I'll give it a pass since I get to see a princess be fucking awesome with a sword. I don't typically see that, so bonus points. I like the basic idea, so how are the characters? Well, they follow some common tropes, but they're really fun tropes. Phallus is pretty awesome in both bodies. I like how when she changes into Alita's body, she gets a lot of fun expressions, which are pretty entertaining. She has a pretty rough attitude, being more brash and loud, but also isn't above being nice. She's fierce, badass, non-formal, and pretty cool. Alita is not as good or interesting, but she's alright. It's nice to see how easily she switches from being a princess to being a maid. She's much more level-headed and rational, and there's also kind of a yin-yang thing happening between these two polar opposites, which is cool. Dominikov and Pete are pretty fun sidekicks, though Pete doesn't get too many lines because he's kind of a dumb brute, but he's also kind of a gentle giant archetype. Sort of, he still kicks a lot of ass. Dominikov is the smarter one, but also kind of a smartass and also the guy who says information a lot, but he's still fun too. One set of villains, the doctors and his dolls, are pretty cool. The Doctor himself doesn't have many lines, but he has a good design. He also gets called Onion Head a bit, which is pretty funny. The dolls, though, are pretty fun. One is super bloodthirsty and evil, and the other one is shy but powerful. The way they attack is pretty interesting, with their bodies having like weapons all around and such. And I'm totally serious when they kind of remind me of Team Rocket. Seriously, they just remind me of Team Rocket, except they're just more competent and they kill people. The other set of villains are more threatening, but unfortunately not as fun. Kaito, oh come on, we can all guess it. It's not really much of a spoiler. You see this and you're like, oh look, he's the bad guy. He's gonna be evil. Yep, he's evil. He turns out to be evil and is working with a scheming witch named Cecilia who has some past with Phallus. But like I said, I don't care for them as much as the others, but they're ultimately not bad. I think the animation is rather good. I like the look of all the characters, and Dominikov and Pete definitely have some great designs in my opinion. There are also some cool monster designs that I can admire for like a few seconds, then they get killed like immediately after. But I can admire them for those few seconds. Speaking of killing, the action scenes switch animation styles. Sometimes it goes to what I call framed action, where it shows a few frames of a character and others just being affected around them in a kind of cheap method. Other scenes, though, do have good animation and they're pretty flowing and awesome, which shows more budget went into those moments. It's just kind of a nitpick, as a lot of animes do this, even ones I love, but it's still a nitpick. I like how the anime just kind of follows its own rules about where it is in time. It has a medieval feel with monsters and swords, but there's also talk of an old world, and there's a fire motorcycle, and then there's other stuff. There's robot girls, synthetic monsters, Dominikov and Pete are cyborgs. They're just kind of all over, but I don't know. I like it. Bite me. There is an explanation as to why it's like this. I won't give it away, but I like it. I think the voice acting is pretty good. I like how both Monica and Colleen switch between calm and sweet to badass and deadly. And the rest of the cast does a great job too. Overall, Murder Princess isn't the most amazing little show out there, but it's fun. It has plenty of tropes and common plot threads that can be seen a mile away, but it's still fun. We can all enjoy something that's a bit of dumb fun every now and then. It's quite entertaining, and you can finish it in just a few hours since it's only 6 episodes, and it takes itself just seriously enough so you can get invested, but is also silly enough to be quite, well, fun. Check it out and see for yourself. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see me do more full anime reviews in the future, please go ahead and make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos. Also make sure to check out my supporters, all that great stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.